stage at Falls Festival. It is a beautiful day and we're talking to Alexander Gow of Oh Mercy. How are you going?
Well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too shabby apart from being amongst shrubbery. You've had an incredibly busy year this year with the release of Deep Heat. How have you been finding the touring?
We have a GPS, so it's easy to get around.
Okay,
Yeah. You just type it in and that's how you find it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about when you've been touring internationally? How's that been?
We bring the same GPS, so we buy the maps for each different region.
Cool. How was South by Southwest?
That was great. We played some great shows and we got to hang out with some of our, Melburnian friends. We ate some interesting food, some authentic Texan barbecue. We drank a lot of cheap beer, and we got a little bit sunburnt.
How have the tracks off the new album been translating live? Has it been fun to play them?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I kind of had that in mind when I was writing and arranging them, how they might translate in a live context. So they've been fun, and the band's playing better than we've ever played before, which obviously makes the whole thing more enjoyable. Yeah.
How do you then write a set list if you try and incorporate old and new songs because they're so different musically?
Well, we've just changed some of the old songs. I've arranged them differently so they don't stand out like a sore thumb next to the new songs. We play a handful of old songs. We play mostly the new album, but we certainly did on tour, considering that was the point of the tour. But yeah, we to answer your question, I've changed the other songs a little bit to make them work. Yeah.
And you're not playing guitar on stage anymore, are you? Are you just focusing on piano?
Yeah, I'm actually not playing the piano either. I sing for the majority of songs and kind of dance like your drunk uncle at a wedding reception. I play the guitar for a few songs. Yeah.
What inspired you to change your musical style? Because it is very, very different.
Oh yeah, I just didn't want to be pigeonholed into a certain kind of style of songwriting. So I figured that I would play one of my other cards and have a bit of fun with that.
I've also noticed that you've been DJing quite a lot this year. I expect you just play a lot of, trance and drum and bass.
Yeah, I just play my own music actually. Yeah.
What do you like to DJ?
You could probably. I have often used DJ Cafe Latte as a name before, and that kind of goes, a fairly safe, bougie kind of golden oldies. Give Me a Little Sign by Brenton Wood is a go-to. Venus by Shocking Blues, another go-to. Rock the Casbah, things like that.
Yeah, cool. I noticed on your most recent tour you did a cover of Bruce Springsteen. Are you excited to see him when he comes out next year?
Yeah, I'm actually not going, but I was lucky enough to see him in Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's a dude.
He is a dude.
About 3 or 4 hours of the boss was enough for me.
Yeah. Seeing as the year is wrapping to a close, it's New Year's Eve tomorrow night. What have some of your highlights of 2012 been?
Yeah, that is tough. Well, I put out the third record, a record that confused a lot of people and opened the gates a little wider for me in terms of where I'm allowed to go from here, musically and creatively. So that's exciting. I feel like I've got more room to move, so it was liberating. Apart from that, my dog gets a haircut when it gets hot, and that's always really cute, and funny, and she looks embarrassed, so that's pretty good too.
And what are your plans for 2013?
Well, we're touring with the Waterboys early next year. I'm looking forward to that. They're one of my favourite groups. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having to chat to us today. We are at Falls Festival. You're watching Press Record TV, and that was Alex Gow from Oh Mercy.
I can't stomach this.